viable contenders for Mike Evans' services and why?
Um, Now this is a complicated question because personally, I respect all football players, but I don't like Mike Evans personally because I'm always seeing like these like debates, who's the top 10, who's top 15. Mike Evans is consistent and he stays on the field. There's no doubt about that. As a wide receiver, to me, he's nothing more than like he's really just a one-on-one player to me. He's a jump ball, go get it player. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of teams like that, but personally, I don't like him, but I do respect him. 1,000 yards, 9 straight seasons. You got it. I tip my hat off to that all the time. So, teams that could use Mike Evans, I'm gonna go ahead again and say the Arizona Cardinals just lost DeAndre Hopkins. I've been seeing film of Marquise Brown in training camp, and he is not looking too good. He's getting bumped around, thrown around. Like it's to the point where his speed doesn't even look like an advantage anymore. So I feel like they need to bring in a solidified number one wide receiver. The Carolina Panthers, division rival. They've got Thielen. They just let go of DJ Moore. They got DJ Shark. They've got Laviska Shenault. And they got Terrace Marshall Jr.
Yeah.
And yeah, they could use a bona fide number one for sure. Bryce Young could I could see him doing a lot with Mike Evans. I don't know why, like that specific duo right there. I could see that going like a long way. The Patriots, they just got Juju and they got Devontae Parker, but they did let go of Jacoby Myers, who was definitely the number one. The way he was playing over there, he was the number one by far. Mike Evans could. I don't want to say because I don't want to say a receiver can carry a quarterback, but he could make Mac Jones look a little bit better. If that makes sense to you. Yeah. So I could see the Cardinals, Pats. Oof. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna say the Texans because Brandon. I mean, wait, no. Brandon Cooks is not on the Texans anymore, is he?
No, he's on Dallas now.
He's on Dallas. It's Robert Woods they have. Robert Woods is who I'm thinking of.
Yes.
Robert Woods. He went to Tennessee, and I almost forgot he was there completely. He didn't do much in Tennessee.
Yeah.
They did get Noah Brown. They got second-year player John Mechie. They just drafted Tank Dell. But again, those are all guys that still need to be figured out. If CJ Stroud wants to win, he needs a receiver now. A proven receiver. All these guys, Noah Brown, John Mechie, Tank Dell, Nico Collins, unproven.
Yeah.
And one more team. Ooh. I'm torn between two teams right now. I'm torn between the Broncos and the Bears. I could see DJ Moore and Mike Evans being a pair. I could see that happening.
Chicago.
I think Judy and Sutton are already making noise in Denver. So I think they're set over there. So I'm gonna go with Chicago as my last team. Yeah. I can see Mike Evans going to Chicago.
That's not a bad option. That's a team I considered. I don't know if we have any overlap here, actually. I know one of my picks you won't like, but I'll read them off anyway. First pick, unlikely, but the Atlanta Falcons. If they are leading the NFC South, you need a receiver opposite of Drake London. The best they have right now is Mac Hollins, who had an above-average season last year with Vegas. So I think Falcons are a team that could be, but it is unlikely. That was my fifth team. Fourth, I have the Green Bay Packers. Help out Jordan Love. You have young receivers there with Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, and Jalen Reed, their second-round draft pick. So, again, get a veteran in there. If, let's say, for some odd reason they start 3-1, 4-0, they could possibly make a move. It is possible if they want to compete in that NFC North. Third, I have the Detroit Lions because Jamison Williams having some issues off the field.
Right.
Hopefully everything is squared away with that. Other than Amon-Ra St. Brown, you're looking at Marvin Jones, who is old, and then Josh Reynolds, who is, in my opinion, very average.
Yeah.
He played for the Rams. He was expendable to them. So the Lions are my third team. I think him and Jared Goff can make a nice little combination.
Mm-hmm.
Second, here we go. I have the Giants, and I want to explain before. So the Giants improved their receiving core drastically.
Right.
But we still don't have a bona fide number one receiver. Now, in an ideal world, we would like to see Jalen Hyatt emerge into that player.
Yep.
But for me, in order to bridge the gap completely with teams like Dallas and Philly from last season, we're much closer to Dallas than we are Philly as far as bridging that gap. You could possibly add him. I don't think it's necessary. This isn't what I want to happen. This is what I think might happen. So I think the Giants are a team that will at least explore the idea. Joe Shane will definitely take phone calls on it, but I don't think that he does it. So
I was going to say the Giants, but I didn't want to sound like a biased Giants fan.
No. You don't have to worry about that here. Trust me. We have some raving hot takes sometimes about the Giants on this show. And then lastly, the Jets. The Jets, because who is the other receiver besides Garrett Wilson? Is it Alan Lazard? Corey Davis just retired.
Right.
Abruptly. He just retired. So that leaves a huge gap. Yes, you have Mecole Hardman, who is great, but you want depth. And if you can move Lazard into wide receiver 3,
that's solid.
Hardman into wide receiver 4, which is what he started with the Chiefs when they won the big game back in 2020, by all means. I think the Jets are more likely than the Giants to go out and get them.
Yeah.
So those are my 5 teams.
Pretty solid.
I think out of those 5, I think the Jets are probably the front runners. But we'll see. We know Jets fans will rejoice like it's Christmas if they get Mike Evans. But
you saw how they acted when they got Dalvin Cook.
Yep.